read different book, you can't discuss. How can you have the common thing to discuss, right? To have the conversation. So yeah, just choose one book. You can read other book, but choose one book as part of your program. So we all have something in common to have a conversation. Yeah. And yeah, try to use daily if you can. But I think, is talking with Hằng, I think we need to invite more visitors here, English-speaking visitors, just so that you guys can have that environment. Maybe they stay here for a few days or a week, so you guys can have that environment and try to approach them and speak. Yeah, that's the opportunity. Because if you don't speak, you don't know that you're wrong, and if you don't know that you're wrong, you can't fix it. Right?
That's true.
So if you have a visitor speaking English, try to take that opportunity. Speak to them about everything, anything. Yeah?
Any question? Mary? Asking some. Everyone should have one question to ask. How do you improve grammar, your grammar? Yes.
Speaking.
Speaking. Yes.
Listening. I'm not sitting down and
Learning grammar.
yeah, trying. I still remember those things that my teachers in high school forced us to remember. When you see these words, you need to use these tense. Not really in English.
Forget about grammar.
Forget about grammar. It comes naturally. If you master and writing, of course. The more you write, the better you are. So listening and speaking, I think, would be the most important skills first. Become the writing and reading come. Yeah. So of course they supplement each other, complement each other. But if you're confident, you have to enjoy it, right? Because if you don't like it, you can't force yourself to read. And if you don't like it, you can't force yourself to write. You have to enjoy it first. So you need to speak and listen so that you enjoy it first. It just become part of you naturally. Then writing and reading just happen. You don't need to force yourself.
Henry?
I don't have a question.
Daniel?
So can you sum up all the things you mentioned? I think can I sum up and you can correct me?
Sure.
Yeah. The first criteria you said is you want it, and then watch movie. The first thing you should notice about what they say. And when they say, after when they say, and how they speak, how they use the word. So, and thirdly, try get everyone reading and discuss one topic, and so we have the same common. We are in the same page, and we can discuss more. And fourthly. Is we have passion if we like it to do it, and
Yep, listening and speaking, make it become an enjoyable experience. Then it will naturally come.
Well, now I realize that way I learn, and because
exactly like Peter. Peter is a good example. So he likes cooking. So he watched cooking show, and that's where he learned. And I was very surprised when I speak to him, because the way he speaks, it's exactly like those shows. There's nothing wrong about it. Yeah, because that's how it's just part of him now. Naturally, right? He didn't force himself to mimic someone, it just becomes him now. So if you interest something, don't force yourself, reading about something or watching something that you don't like. Choose the thing that you like, and then it just naturally part of you.
That's true. After 1 year, when you have a good foundation for listening and vocabulary, you need to find your own interest, because it's about knowledge. Knowledge is to share, and when you master one area, the second area will be the same, and then you spread out to build up your social knowledge. And when you at work at a high level, you need to have a social knowledge. Otherwise, you will be a very low level and always following others. And that's why you need to read book and share, because that's build up your knowledge.
Yeah.
You need to read book. It's not about speaking English to give me as a segment, but reading for you, knowledge for you.
Language is just a tool.
That's true. Language is a tool. You need to build up your knowledge by reading, by watching movie, by reading Wim Pickett. 1 year for one book. That's the way the foreigner student in Australia, primary student learning English, 1 year, one book. So don't be hurried to learning a lot of book. For what? For forget. Watching a lot of movies. For what? Then you forget. You can't use. You just know it, but you can't do it. That's the key. So now I want you to take a paper and write down what you've learned from Miss Huyền story and what can be done now. Like what activity we need to apply in our learning and our living style daily basis. So take a paper and write down. After 5 minutes we will discuss it. Go. And every time in this sharing you need to have a book. How you can remember those things I told you many times. You need a book always to note and make it as a habit. Because when you go out to university or working place, in any meeting, if you don't bring a book, use what kind of worker, what kind of staff are you doing?
Yeah, it's just that you just can't remember everything. And you can always learn from everyone. It may not be about the topic. It's just some things, come to your mind. And they said, oh, I really like this. And you can note down, read again. Then, read again and you can learn from it. So always have a note with you wherever you are.
That's true. Take a sheet of paper and write down what you've learned from your story. Thank you a lot, Chia. That's all the sharing that I need.
Oh, I'm so glad that I bring somebody. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm going to come back soon.
With your kids and your husband.
Yeah, and with my kids and my family.
Your family.
All right, take the paper before you forget. What comes to your mind. It might not be, something that I speak, but what comes to your mind, just write it down so you remember.
Okay, go. Take a paper.